As you can see in the previous problem, let us take I'm not having 32,000 or I'm having some number like 1437. So for these, doing individual calculations like calculating interest for each and every year is somewhat difficult. So that's why we are going to learn few more methods where it will make your calculations much simpler. For example, let us take the same example where P equal to 32,000, rate of interest equal to 25% per annum, and time period equal to 4 years, and I want to find out CI. So the first technique we are going to learn here is using ratio and proportions. So using ratio and proportions, what we are going to do is we are going to take our 25% and we are going to convert this 24% into fraction. Now we are going to just take the ratio of principal to amount. So how you are going to take the ratio is whatever the denominator you are having, take it as P, add both denominator and numerator and take it as A. That means for 25% the ratio between principal and amount is 4:5. You have to write like this for the number of years you are having here. So in my problem I am having 4 times or 4 years, that's why I am going to write it 4 times. So 4:5, 4:5 and 4:5. Now multiply all the left terms and multiply all the right terms. You are going to get 256 and 625. That means if I take 256 rupees now, I have to pay back 625 rupees at the end of 4 years. So if I am taking 256 and giving back 625 means I am paying an extra amount of 369. That is nothing but my interest. Now what you need to do is, out of those principal, interest and amount, you are going to have one of the parameter in your problem. You have to just compare them. For example, in my case I know the value of P. So here P equal to 256, but in my problem P equal to 32,000. Now I need to find out just interest, that is 369 in my case. So what will be the corresponding value in the original problem? Just cross multiply 256. You are going to get the same answer what you got in the previous case. Now the advantage of this method is, even though if you are not having a round figure like 32,000, let us take 14273, you are just going to change those values at the end, 14273, so that you are just going to change one cross multiplication and your entire problem is going to remain the same, and here there is no need to deal with decimal values. So this is the first method where you can use ratio and proportions. Let's go for one more method. So again I am going to take the same value, P equal to 32,000, rate of interest equal to 25% and time period equal to 4 years, and I want to find out CI. So in this method we are going to do with some random number. That means, see, let us take your 25%, convert this into fraction, you are going to get 1/4. Now what you need to do is, instead of taking this 32,000 original P value, you have to take the denominator of this number, raise it to the power of your time period. For example, here I am having, let us assume P by Q, that is this fraction. So take that Q as base, and how many years you need to calculate interest, take it as T. So assume this value as your principal and do the problem on this value. So for example, here in my problem my P will become, see, because 25% the denominator is 4, so the base is 4 and I have to calculate for 4 years. So assume P equal to 256 and do the entire calculation. That means for the first year I am going to pay 25% or 1/4 of 256, which is 64. For the second year I need to pay an interest of 64 plus 1/4 of 64, which is 16. For the third year I need to pay this 80 along with 1/4 of 80, that is 20. So for the fourth year I need to pay this 100 plus 1/4 of 100, that is 25, that is 125. So according to my value here, my P, the value of interest I got for 4 years is 64 for the first year, 80 for second year, 100 for third year and 125 for fourth year. So this sum is going to give you 369. So that means that if your P is 256, your interest is going to be 369. Now what you need to do is, you are just going to cross multiply. That means my problem 256 is what equals to original problem P value 32,000. then my problem interest 369 is equals to how much in the original problem. Just cross multiply, you will get again the same answer what you got in the previous case. Now why we are using this method? As you can see in the first example, I have taken 32,000 and I have done the problem entirely on this 32,000. Okay, if you are not having this 32,000, let us take 2357, some random number, there it is very difficult to calculate year by year. So but here what will happen, you are going to change the just cross multiplied value and everything is going to remain same. So we are going to use these three techniques, like if the number is having so many zeros, or if the number is even, or you can do the calculation simpler, you can go year by year, like first year 8,000, second year 10,000, like that what we did in the previous case. Or you can apply ratio and proportions. If not, the last and final one is you can take some random number, take that random number as denominator to the power of time period, and do the problem by taking this p, and at the end you just need to compare. If none of them is working, then only use the formula, that is Ci equal to P into 1 plus R by 100 whole to the power of T minus P. We'll discuss why you are getting the formula like this, and what to do if you are having different rate of interest for different years, like for first year R1, first year, second year R2, like that. What you need to do, we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you.